Good morning. I'm Willie Jones, president of Women for Progress, and the Women for Progress radio show is live remote here in Tupelo, Mississippi for our Mississippi Honors Weekend. We are so happy to be here. Many of our members, Women for Progress of Mississippi, is here for this exciting occasion. On yesterday, we attended the Women's Conference, which was an outstanding event which had a lineup of really outstanding speakers. We were really empowered by the information that we received on yesterday. Also, we got a chance to meet a lot of wonderful partners. And this morning, Women for Progress Radio is sitting with two of those individuals who were part of the conference yesterday and are doing things to empower women throughout the state of Mississippi. And I'm so happy to introduce you to an organization called New Mississippi. And we're here with one of its founders and creators, Ms. Cheryl. Tell us about, and also, let me not get ahead of myself. I have a wonderful co-host with me this morning, Ms. Lynette Sutler, who's also a member of Women for Progress and been a part of our organization for a very long time. And we are so proud of her leadership. And she is co-hosting the Women for Progress radio show with us today. Welcome, Lynette, to Women for Progress Radio. Is this the first time we've co-hosted together?
Oh, well, thank you, Will. I appreciate that. But yes, it is the very first time.
Okay.
I'm extremely excited about co-hosting with the wonderful Willie Jones and Women for Progress. And I know we have a great, Miss Cheryl is going to give us some great information today. So I am excited.
And this is a really interesting concept too, Lynette, New Mississippi, a very different way of how women are getting creative and innovative and really targeting and empowering women. So Ms. Cheryl Hanning. Cheryl, what is your title with the organization? Tell us, what is New Mississippi and what was the catalyst for this organization?
Thank you, Willie, for having me here today. I'm honored. I am with New Miz, that's New Expectations for Women in Mississippi. I am not one of the founders. It was founded in 2004, and we do still have, some of our founding members on our board. I am a board member at this time and have been the chairman of the board a couple of years ago. So New Expectations for Women in Mississippi was the brainchild of the president of the Create Foundation here in Tupelo. He approached some of our founding members and said, we need to help move women forward. Until the women move forward, then we are not going to progress as we want to. So with his suggestion, the organization was started, and our mission is to empower women to be successful at the next level from where they are now. That takes a lot of different faces. We do conferences. We'll have a conference in the fall. We do networking events because we have business and corporate members. So we do those events to give people a chance to network together. Some of those are after hours, like business after hours. Some of them are lunches, so that people can come. We try not to have them at the same time so that people can adjust their schedules as needed. The heart of our program is the Fairy Godmother program, the Fairy Godmother Project, where we try to meet the financial needs that fall through the cracks of other organizations. That program is based around helping women to become employed, stay employed, and move up in their employment and their career. So I gave the example yesterday. If a single mother's car breaks down, she cannot go to work.
Right.
She cannot support her family. So car repairs are not covered by any other organization. That is something we try to partner with, maybe auto stores and shops. Sometimes they donate the parts or their labor. Sometimes we pay for that. But we try to get partners in the community to work with us to help keep women moving forward, women and families.
Wow, that's amazing that those types of partnerships is incredible. And also it gives these partners that you partner with an opportunity to give back and use their community service.
It certainly does.
So that's amazing. So what are some of the other challenges for women that New Miss help support?
We recently awarded a scholarship for someone who had a low-level job and wanted to move up to the next level of success, and she will go into the CNA program on that scholarship and began her career in the medical field.
Oh, that's amazing.
So in addition to scholarships, we can help with books. Sometimes you have requirements in order to start a program or to maybe do clinicals. Maybe they need scrubs or a stethoscope, things that they really don't have the extra funds for, no other organization covers. We try to help them get what they need so that they can move forward.
And I think sometimes with us as women too, when we think about the needs of women and how we need to make sure that they continue to move, is that even sometimes they may have a job or situation happens and they really just need that extra support there immediately. And even if you had a situation where, like you said, the automobile, at that moment, they don't have what it takes. Sometimes it's just a simple thing as a few dollars.
Exactly.
But even if they don't have the job or the connections to make that happen, then they end up staying where they are and not moving forward.
That's
so
correct.
This is amazing concept. I mean, I can see other organizations trying to duplicate similar work because you all are really hitting the problem where it is. So this is just amazing. How long has New Miss been in place?
That was founded in 2004. The Fairy Godmother Project was started in 2009. So Fairy Godmothers pay a little higher dues for the membership, and that is the Fairy Godmother Project. So we do accept donations. Fairy Godmothers help in many different areas. Something we have done is helped with rent. Someone who was out of work for several months due to medical problems. As you said, most of them are an immediate needs. And if we could encourage women to ask for help before it becomes a desperate situation, and that's something that women don't do. They wait till they're in a true bind.
Right.
And then say, I have to have help and I have to have it now. I would like to see all of us ask each other for help more often and sooner.
And I think with us specifically as women, right, Lynette, is that we should make each other feel comfortable that's overplayed. And a lot of that comes from just asking how you're doing and what are you going through, and being intentional about the conversation. Yeah. Yeah.
One grandmother came into my office, and this didn't exactly meet our program, but her daughter had a premature child, and they were coming home from the hospital the next day, and there was no money. There was no money to buy special size diapers, special size clothes, special needs, machines and things that it would need. And although it was not connected to keeping anyone employed, the Fairy Godmother program couldn't assist. Several of us Fairy Godmothers did throw in and assist, and one even just ordered a case of diapers off of Amazon and had them delivered to the grandmother's home. So we really have some great women involved in New Miss and the Fairy Godmother Project.
And I tell you, when you shared this information on yesterday, I felt empowered just by listening to this information, because, like as I said, when I can see you women coming together for this organization, and every time you make and support someone and empower a woman, the feeling that that puts you up on a cloud that you've actually touched someone. And as women, we know what that feels like. That diaper that being arrived by Amazon, we know what that feels like when we are touched in a place where we really need help. Exactly. Women understand the needs of women. And this is not our conversation today, but I just want to say that's why we need more women in public office and in public service, because when women are at the table making policy decisions, creating opportunities, spending tax dollars, we women know where that money needs to go and how it can be most impactful. So this is a perfect example of why we need more women out there. And so this is just exciting organization in what it does. But let's share, even though this is a Tupelo-based organization, let's share your contact information and those who may want to become fairy godmothers throughout the state, or they may want to just donate some money. They say, well, once a year I like to give my part of my tax refund to an organization. So they may want to give a lump sum payment to this organization. So give your contact information, how they can find out more information about New Miz.
Probably the most direct way would be to email at info.newms@gmail.com. I believe we have an 800 number there. Do you have that right there, Willie?
Let me give that. It's 833-433-6253. 833-433-6253. Or 833-4-FEMALE. That's easy to remember. And share. 833-4-FEMALE. Like that. The number 4-FEMALE. So that's in you. Also on Facebook, I see.
And our website is newmiz.us.
Yes.
www.newms.us.
And that's New Expectations for Women in Mississippi. And New Miz is about health, education, leadership, and philanthropy. And it says they are helping to empower and encourage women so they can reach their full potential. And that's the goal. When women reach their full potential, economies blow up, a country blows up. I mean, we that's not something we got to reach back and try to find statistics on. We see it over and over every day.
That's correct.
That when we empower women and girls, we can make a huge difference. Cheryl, go ahead.
Speaking of girls, our next event, and it is an annual event, will be Girl Talk. And we are inviting girls from the 5th to the 9th grade from not only Tupelo, but the surrounding areas to come and enjoy a day. It will be April the 13th to learn about self-defense and self-branding and self-awareness, how not to compare yourself to the Photoshop photographs in the magazines and on TV. I've seen the girls just be shocked to see a picture of a celebrity and then see them without their makeup.
Yeah.
It is such a powerful program in so many different ways. We also have a nurse practitioner that will be holding a session to discuss your body and the changes that come, and of course the changes that come with dating. So
so organizations from all over Mississippi, this is a great opportunity to do a day trip where they bring a group of girls here to Tupelo for this event.
Absolutely.
And it makes sense even from a cost standpoint, because a lot of times organizations have to bring in individual speakers and stuff, so there are costs there. So now they can just load up a group of girls and come to Tupelo, and that's a great shift into talking about Tupelo, what they get to do while they're here. Of course, they have this day workshop that's awesome with New Miss, and they learn, empower themselves. But this opportunity also to get to see Tupelo. And you are associated with this wonderful group that's, that, of course, manages the conference center here. And it's a wonderful center. I did not know this existed in Tupelo, Lynette.
This is amazing. It's beautiful here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So tell us about why folks should come to Tupelo. What are the assets here? Why we should vacation here? Why we should come visit Tupelo?
Tupelo is a wonderfully conservative and yet progressive place at the same time. They managed to work that together. So we never guarantee anybody's safety, but we feel like we can say that you will be safe in Tupelo. And downtown area is thriving. If one business goes out, another immediately fills it in. Our arena, the Bancorp South Arena and Conference Center, is located downtown, right off of East Main Street. And we try to, our mission here at the Bancorp South Arena and Conference Center is not to make money.
Okay.
Our mission
That's
here
interesting.
is to impact the economic impact by bringing other people into Tupelo and to enhance the quality of life for the people in Tupelo and the surrounding areas.
Wow.
So when I say surrounding area, and this applies to New Miz also, because New Miz is a special project under the CREATE Foundation. And CREATE, while we have no limitations on how far we would help people, how far away, we basically focus on the 17 counties that are served by the CREATE Foundation in this northeast Mississippi area. And that's what we try to do also here at the Arena and Conference Center, is bring people from other states, other parts of this state, where we call it in the tourism industry, heads in beds and bottoms in booths.
Yeah.
We need people to come and stay in our hotels and eat at our restaurants and go back home and talk about it. And of course, Elvis Presley was born here. Born here in 1935. And that is, as Jan and I say, Jan Panel with the Tupelo Convention and Visitors Bureau work together. As we say, Elvis is our heavy lifter when it comes to tourism here in Tupelo.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Now, what is a home like this here? I mean, this has been an historic site for many, many years. How has it evolved, and what does an individual who is going to see that home for the first time, what are their expectations?
Evolve is definitely what it has done, because the beginning of it was the little 2-room shotgun house in which he was born. That little house still sits in the exact same spot that it did when Elvis was born there. Now the surrounding area looks different. And they have built up the museum and the actual park area. And there are many things to do when you go out to the birthplace. There are things that are ticketed, such as the museum, and I think it's $2 to tour the home and hear the story. But there are people who knew Elvis that are there in that home telling you the story of how it all went. And there's also, they have now moved the Church of God church building onto the property. And when you go in and sit down, screens fall around you on 3 different sides, and you're in a virtual 1950s Church of God worship service.
Wow.
Okay.
Where, of course,
Wow.
Elvis sang the special that night.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. Woo.
It has a wonderful gift shop that is attached, as well as an event center. So sometimes when we have conferences here at Tupelo, they want to do something that's off-site and not everything in one building. If it is something that will fit into the event center at the birthplace, it's a wonderful opportunity. They also have a theater there where it will seat about 125 people. There are performances. It's also used for awards and those type of things out there. In the outside area, I think they've counted 15 things you can do, see, and be aware of without ever having to pay a dime when you're at the Birthplace Museum. It is truly amazing in this day and age to walk through that small home and imagine what it was like to live there,
Yeah.
or to be born there,
Wow.
or it's just, it is mind-blowing.
Right.
Well, the leadership in this Tupelo area has done, based on what you've shared with us today, they've taken a lot of care and time and thought and innovation into preserving the legacy of Elvis Presley and making sure that it is as you say, really a rock and a cornerstone of this particular area to empower this community. But that's incredible. I don't know if you need to say anything else about Tupelo. Folks need to come to Tupelo just to be able to see that. So that's incredible.
Well, do let me put a plug in to come and come soon, because one of our best kept secrets is about to go out of business. The Tupelo Automobile Museum is 120,000 square feet of one classic car collection. They are set up in chronological order, and most people think of that as a men's activity. But women love it. When we walk through there, I hear the women, oh, I had my first date in a car like that, or my daddy had that, or my best friend's car, daddy had this car, and it just brings back all of the memories. It's very wonderful. The collection will be auctioned off in April. So the museum is going to close March the 31st. So get here fast and see this collection while it is all still together.
Now, who owns this collection? Is it several collectors that own it? Or?
It is owned by one foundation that was established by Frank Spain, who also established WTVA. Mr. Spain invented some microwave technology. I won't pretend that I understand exactly what that did, but it made network broadcasting much more available, and it made him a very rich person. So he was able to have the time and the finances to go and collect these collectibles, and that was his passion. His intention was that it would begin to make a profit, and then those profits would go into an educational scholarship fund. Over the years, Mr. Spain died, and his wife, Miss Jane, has been the curator of the museum, but that was never her passion. She said, I loved the man, but I didn't necessarily love the cars. So she has made the heart-wrenching decision to go ahead and sell the collection and put the proceeds into that educational foundation, which was his dream for it. So,
okay.
But we will miss it greatly.
Yeah, that sounds incredible. Now, you mentioned also there's a health exhibit that focuses on kids also.
Yes, HealthWorks is an interactive children's museum. It's only one of two in the nation. I believe the original is in Ohio. And it is so much fun to take our children there, and the adults love it. I took school teachers there on a site visit for them to consider maybe having an off-site event there, because you can do that at HealthWorks. And I couldn't get them off of the games to get them to look at the room where you could have, it's just really, you have Dr. Nose, you have the gross section. It all teaches healthy habits as far as eating and as well as exercise.
Wow. That's incredible.
It is incredible.
Well, this has been a great conversation today. Women for Progress Radio. We've been talking to Ms. Cheryl Henning with New Ms., and it's an organization that's empowering, encouraging women here in the Northeast Mississippi. And we're so excited to have met her. We consider her a new friend to Women for Progress and Women for Progress Radio. We're going to continue our relationship with her. And Women for Progress Radio and Women for Progress, we are remotely here with our Mississippi Honors Weekend, which is a women's conference, which was yesterday. And tonight, we're going to be at a wonderful gala. That's incredible. Yesterday, we had these dynamic speakers, Ms. Rose Fenor from FedEx, Ms. Camille Scales-Young, Cornerstone Government Affairs, our own Tracy DeVries from Jackson, Mississippi, Women's Foundation of Mississippi, Ms. Tracy Moran Adams, who is with Renaissance Bank. And our panelists, which was awesome conversation, and you can go back to Spreaker Radio and listen to that particular panel go to Spreaker Radio and then just put in Women for Progress Radio, and that program would come up. And the guest panelists were Ms. Pam Chapman, who we're going to be interviewing just shortly, Emily Lauder from Toyota, Amy Tate from TVA, Ms. Charlotte Pratt from Bancourt South, and your own Willie Jones from Dependable Source Corp of Mississippi, and Albine Bennett from Create Foundation, who is part of also New Ms. And of course, you were on site there providing this wonderful information. And this whole weekend is sponsored by Toyota Mississippi, Caterpillar, Renaissance Bank, and Our Mississippi Magazine, including TVA. So this is an annual event. I suggest you put it on your calendars for next year. We have had a wonderful time, and I got to get a shout out to Aunt B's restaurant, soul food restaurant.
It was delicious.
Lynette, the food was
It
wonderful,
was
wasn't it?
Good, yes, it
Yes.
was. It was delicious.
Yes, and I think the
atmosphere,
hospitality,
the people, it was amazing.
Yeah.
If you're ever in Tupelo.
Yeah, you got to make that a great stop. And I tell you, we really love it. And just a shout out to her and her family that owns that business. We love family-owned business and African-American business and women-owned business. So shout out to Miss Aunt B, who was incredible and actually came out to share with us, even at her age, came out to be with us that day.
Yes.
Yeah, and she's beautiful. So we've been having a wonderful time here in Tupelo. We plan on coming back, and we look forward to our gala tonight. I think the gala is sold out, so there's no open tickets for tonight if you haven't been already engaged in the process. But we want to invite you to come to Tupelo and to see all of these wonderful events, Elvis Presley's home and the event center, Health Works program this year, and also just to reach out to all the wonderful activities here in Tupelo. And I guess one of the other little things that we didn't mention is you're right here close to Memphis too.
We are.
Yeah.
Excuse
Yeah.
me. We're only 90 miles from Memphis. And that's where Graceland is.
Right. So it makes a good little start. You stop here, see the home, drive on up to Memphis and see the mansion, of course, up there, which provides that. So you've been tuned in to Women for Progress Radio, programming by the Women for Progress organization. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please share this particular recording with others and let them get this great information. We thank you so much for your partnership. And we're going to pause a moment, and then we'll go to the second half of our program with our guest, Ms. Pam Chapman.
I'm so sorry.